respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tăng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội khắp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Tình duyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát từ ly khổ đạo lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Tổ Sư Chế Đô Ye Ơ La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tăng Đắc Tha Tu Ya Đa Ya La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Thoa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai jian万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master Thichvinhhoausa, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisors, 阿弥陀佛。诸佛菩萨、经量大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư, Thượng Thiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sĩ Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 4th of August 2024. We're here at DTT to continue discussing the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. Thank you for joining us. Could you close the door for me, please? There's a draft that blows right at my face. Okay, we're on slide 672, on the end of the section that talks about the second desire heaven, the celestial kings there who rule over these worlds. Okay, so each world, each galaxy has a celestial king that rules over that all the heavens on that level. So you see there are countless celestial king rulers, world rulers present there. So this assembly is incredibly well attended by all over the universe. Okay, thank you. At that time, celestial King Shakra Indra received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, universally contemplated the multitudes of the heavens of the 33, and spoke the following verse.
尔时，释迦因陀罗天王成佛威力，普观一切33天众，而说颂言。
Okay, in the prior section we talked about this celestial king Shaka Indra. He is so named, so called, because it means able ruler. So he's very influential in our world. He's known to humankind as the Christian God, to the Taoists in China as the Jade Emperor. So it's very, very powerful. His reach is all over. So, for example, this church here used to belong to him. And thank you. And he has a very good attitude. He really cares for the living beings, the humans. He looks at the attitude as the living beings, we, mankind, are like his children. So he really wants to take good care of us. Because of that attitude, he really welcomed everyone to have faith in him. Okay, and he's a very competent ruler. Does a very good job taking care of us, human beings. That's no surprise that he has churches, he has temples all over the world, and he has a large following up there as well. And so now this is a verse section that's sort of like a repetition of what they perceive as the Dharma that the Buddha spoke for them, celestial beings in the second desire heaven. All right? I have just a question for you. Where does the name Indra come from, you think? Yes, Jung. Use a microphone.
It's an Indian god.
Indian god? But where does the name come from? Is it from you? It's funny, we've been talking about this for 1.5 years, 2 years now. No one ever asked me, how are these celestial kings arrive at such names? No one is even curious? You're so simple-minded. You say, okay, Master says it's a name, so therefore it's a name. It's Joe, it's Jack. Huh? Why? Huh? Are you sheep like the Asians too? Don't they ask questions why things are that way? Huh? We in America should feel safer. Should feel safe here. It's okay to express your dissension. Why? We sit here as long as we need to discuss, to get to the bottom of this, and use your Asian wisdom. This is where it all came from, the land of the East, Asia. Huh? Look at all, Hannah, look at all these yellow face, Asian stuff. Huh? Asian wisdom. Where does the name come from? Where did it come from? Yes, JMT.
Con có nghe cái băng của Hòa Thượng Liên Quá đó, cái Ngài Thiên Vương này đó, là trong cái câu 29 của chú Lăng Nghiêm á, Nam Mô Nhân Đà La Gia đó, trong cái 29 chú Lăng Nghiêm mình tụng hàng ngày đó. Nên khi Hòa Thượng mua được cái chùa Phật Vạn Phật Thành rồi, Hòa Thượng dẫn cả tăng đoàn đi vòng vòng xung quanh cái 400 mẫu đất đó, là đọc từ số 1 đến 29. Để cảm ơn cái chư thiên Tam Bảo đó. Cái số 29 là Nam Mô Nhân Đà La Gia là ông.
You have to learn Vietnamese. Yeah.
베트남어를 여러분들이 배워야 됩니다.
Dịch đi không?
Amitabha Master. So I
Amitabha.
have heard from the cassette of Master Xuanhua talk. He said that this Heavenly King in the line 29 of Shurangama mantra, there is a verse say Namo Intolaye. That is when Master Xuanhua bought City of Thousand Buddha, 10,000 Buddha, is they have 400 acres of land. So to show the gratitude for this God, he recite Shurangama mantra from line number 1 to 29, and that number 29 is the Namo Intolaye. That is the Christian God over there.
I didn't know that. In order to get the city of 10,000 Buddhas, 400 acres of land, you guys better listen carefully. Huh? You want to get 400 acres of land, recite the first 29 lines of the Shurangama mantra. That's what the old abbot is just said. Would someone like to try it? Sianan, would you like to try it? Your face is just lit up. Yeah, the first 29 lines. He didn't say how often. But that's what Master Xuanhua did. Yeah? Continue the old abbot.
Cả tăng đoàn và Phật tử đi vòng nguyên 400 mẫu đất tụng cái 29, 1, 29. Thứ hai, bằng chứng thứ hai là lúc thầy mua cái Way Mountain đó, trước đó con với thầy với cô, mấy cô đi coi nhiều chỗ lắm, mình chịu mà người ta mua, người ta dành, đẩy mình ra. Open house mình vô bị đẩy ra. Thì khi mà đi coi cái open house của cái Way Mountain đó, thầy biểu con mỗi ngày tụng 1 tiếng đồng hồ trong 1 tháng. Thầy chỉ biểu như vậy thôi. Thì mỗi ngày con dùng cái số 13, tay thủ nhãn 13 và tụng 1 tháng.
What number?
Đó. Dạ con
13.
Ngài Đức Chúa Trời đó, Chúa Giêsu đó. Con nói Ngài có hàng ngàn ngôi chùa, ngôi thờ rồi, bây giờ cái này bỏ trống 4-5 năm. Thầy trò tôi muốn mua cái mới gì, cái chùa Lưu Sơn Tự nó nhỏ quá, xin Ngài giúp. Thì sau đó thầy mua được đó. Chứ bây giờ thì khi cái nhà thờ nó đi, nó bỏ cái tượng Chúa Giêsu ở dưới đống rác. Chúa Giêsu bằng giấy mà bị mưa dột, cái nó giống cái người cùi á. Giấy nó giòn, nó sắp bể rồi. Con mới xin thầy, con mới đem cái đó về phòng con thờ. Thì ra qua mặt mua cái khung đúng như ý muốn con. Thì con sắp hàng, con chờ trả tiền thì một ngôi xá lợi dưới chân con. Lúc con đang trả tiền, con là người thứ hai, chờ người thứ nhất trả tiền, con chờ thì một ngôi xá lợi nằm dưới chân con ngay lúc trả tiền. Cái bây giờ con mới lượm cái ngôi xá lợi đó để trong cái chai, và con treo lên, và cái chai đó nó ngay cái tim của Chúa Giêsu. Trong phòng con ở Ronforest bây giờ con đang thờ đó. Và con để tỏ ơn, biết ơn Đức Chúa Trời, Chúa Giêsu. Đứng ở chùa Way Mountain của mình. Bây giờ ai vào phòng tôi là thấy cái tượng Chúa Giêsu đó.
Vietnamese gossip. You don't want to hear this.
최남 잡담인데 여러분들이 이것을 듣고 싶지 않을 것입니다.
Yeah.
So at that time, the Sangha and also the late disciple walk around the acres of city of 10,000 Buddha, recite the first to the 29 line of Shurangama mantra. And also the second proof that I have is that when Master buying Way Mountain Temple, so back then, me, Master, and one of the venerable nun, we went around from places to open house. However, other people already put their food ahead of us. So when we were able to see the open house here at Way Mountain Temple, Master instructed me to recite every day number 13 for a month, and each day will be an hour. So I recite number 13, and then to pray for Jesus that he already have a lot of temple, a lot of churches. We just want one, and we have been looking around for 4 to 5 years already without any luck. So then when we got Way Mountain Temple, so people are cleaning up and they threw away the image of Jesus Christ in the pile of trash, and that picture looked like it's very handicapped. However, I took it, I brought it back to my room, and I went to Walmart and buy a frame to put the picture in so that I can worship in honor of him. And I was on the line paying for the frame, and I was the second person, and somehow I saw the relic appear. And I took that relic and I also put it in a bottle and I hang it over to the heart of the image that I worship in my room. So at Gold Forest, so in order to pay gratitude to Jesus that allow us to have this temple. And so therefore, anybody that go to my room in Gold Forest, you'll be able to see that picture hanging right now.
Okay. So what do you think where the name came from? One.
So Master, is that name from Sakyamuni Buddha? Name him like that?
Sakyamuni Buddha?
Yeah.
Oh, could be. Yeah. Okay. Of course. I'm just checking with you. Where did your name come from? Yeah.
It's a Sangha's Dharma name, so he's maybe the student.
Would you like to know how we chose the names?
So I was just talking about Shakya. Shakya is the name of the last name of the Sangha.
What about the rest?
The rest, I don't know.
The rest you don't know. Okay. YouTube comment.
Thank you, Master. We have a comment from Diego Alfonso. Amitabha, Master, they obtained those names from the Buddhas of the 10 directions due to their merit and virtues.
Okay. So so the point being that these names are the names are given to them by their teachers. Is that clear? It's not something they say, I want from now on, I want to be known as Chakra Indra. They don't ever do that. Yes, Way Mountain. No Way Mountain? I want you to understand this. This is very subtle, okay? They are called Chakra Indra, the celestial kings, world rulers, are so called because that's the names that's given to them by their teachers. If it were up to them, what do you think they'd like to be called? See, it doesn't stop there. My quiz is get deeper and deeper, depending on how far you can go. If it were up to them, suppose they ask their teachers, the Buddhas, could you give me a name? And the Buddha says, no. What do you think they would like to be known as? No name? Any name? Yes, 7.
Maybe something like the Heavenly King of 33 heaven.
Heavenly King of 33. Very good. Anyone else? JMT, what would you like to be called if they were up to them?
어떤 이름을 원할까요?
We cannot hear Sarah. Please unmute Sarah. Wei Mountain Temple.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Thank you, Master. I believe the name came from Indranet.
Okay. That's the previous question. What about the second question from me? If it were up to them, what do you think they like to be called? Yes, one.
Master, does he call him God?
Call himself God. Yes, Wei Mao.
Hi, Master. I was curious.
I would have been such a fun, good time holding classes for all of you and giving you quizzes. Yes, go ahead too from Wei Mao.
I'm just curious. This is the second dhyana heaven. I think beings that enter into that realm are born. Is that correct?
Where? What?
Beings brought into this realm in the second dhyana heaven, are they born there or do they have parents?
Yeah, they're born by transformation. Heavens, this is how they get up there. Yeah, this guy is pretty smart. Heavens, this is how the heavenly beings are born. When it's time for them to be born, okay, Daddy God, okay, sits there and they're born in Daddy's laps, okay, a certain size. It's like, how old is Daniel? 6? Yeah, that's exactly the same age. So, and that heaven there, okay, when you're born there, you're born in the laps of your dad, about the size of a 6-year-old kid. They don't go smaller than like, what's his name? Little boy, okay? It's too small. It's not good enough to be born in the heavens. You want to be born in the heavens, you need to be at least that size there, okay? So they're born up there in the laps of the parents, okay? It's no gynecologist needed up in the heavens. Okay? And so all the gods are born by transformation, meaning the minimum size in that second desire heaven is about the size, whether it's a girl or a boy, okay, depending on you're a god or a goddess, you're born about that size of a 6-year-old kid. By transformation, boop, just shows up. Okay? Does that answer your question, number 2 from Wei Mao?
Yes, thank you. I was just wondering if Daddy names his son.
The what?
I was wondering if Daddy names his son when he pops in his lap.
There's an echo. I really have a hard time making out the sound.
I'll try again.
There's some sort of humor there looking at his face, but...
I was only just wondering if the son is named by Daddy when he pops up on his lap.
Was it? No. Okay, good guess. Excellent guess. We don't know. The books, the scriptures don't explain how Daddy names them or something. Okay, this is just my deduction. Okay, to be clear with you, just to level the record, to clear the record with you. And this is my interpretation. Anyone, where did the name Indra came from? No one knows. Okay? And we said he came from the Buddha. Now, if my second question is, if the Buddha did not give him a name, what do you think he would like to be called? You think. See, everyone is thinking. I like this. What does it have to do with Buddhism? Wei Mao.
Master, is that Jesus?
Jesus? Jesus is the son of this God. Jesus is the son of Shaka. Anyone else? No one has the answer? Well, would you like to be called? Huh? You think? A wild guess. Anyone? I'm just asking you one person and you can't even answer me. Yes, 6. Use your imagination. Don't think like an Asian.
Possibly what the purpose in life is. So.
Okay. So what would you like to be called if you were him?
So basically, if I'm coming to, depending on what my purpose is on earth. So.
Okay.
Like my.
So what's your purpose? What would you like to be called?
Beyond my personal.
Logical. Very
beyond
good.
My personal interest.
Personal interest?
Beyond.
Absolutely.
Beyond that.
Beyond that? Okay. What's your name? Give me a name. Stop beating around the bush. We are Americans. We don't beat around the bush.
I don't want to say it.
The Asians beat around the bush constantly. Okay? What would you like to be called as a non-Asian person? What do you think? My question is, what do you think he'd like to be called? Wow, this is such a good question. We should post it online and see what all the scholars have to say. All the experts on the Avatamsaka Sutra. How would they respond? You think? Let me give you the answer. Or shall we wait for the answer from the internet? You give up? Just say you give up and I'll give you the answer. I want to hear from you. Say it. What, you give up?
Well, if this God comes comes to help other people, then love could.
You have too many excuses.
Love.
It's about you only. You give up or not?
Me? My name or whose name?
If this guy here or the next God, whoever, all these gods, if you were to ask them, what would you call yourself? You think what they think they're going to say?
Like I said, based on what their purpose is. So if one comes to heal, he wants to be called healer, and he wants to come to love.
I forgive you. It's the second time for me. I'm not hard of hearing yet. Don't behave as if I'm so senile already. You need to repeat yourself. Okay. All right. So, if it were up to them to name themselves, they would not name themselves at all. Why not? I'm speaking on their behalf. I dare speak on their behalf. Yes, in the back. See, I'm touching, I'm touching a soft nerve here. Someone is responding. Yeah. speak. Yeah, 6.
Thank you, Master. I'm thinking that they don't need a name because if the enlightenment and they think everybody is equal and at the same level, so no need a name.
Who needs a name? Why do they need to have a name for themselves? They don't. They don't need to be known. If you have wisdom, you don't want attention. Because to name yourself is to draw attention to yourself. The reason the Buddha named him Indra, because the Buddha is teaching him or rewarding him or recognizing him. Yeah? It's a gift from the Buddha for whatever his purpose is. He could say that you're an able ruler because I want to recognize your talents. Okay? So that others can learn from you. Okay? Or they could say, the name also means you should look at yourself. You ask yourself, am I really competent enough to be named as a competent, able ruler from the Buddha? Surely, he's trying to tell me I'm falling short on somewhere. Yeah? It has that effect too, to Indra. So the naming is a very fascinating process. It's not a casual thing at all that the Buddha called him Indra, because it makes him think that, hey, why am I called Indra? He calls me an able ruler, a competent ruler. Okay? Am I really competent enough for him to name me able ruler? He must be another reason here. He's probably trying to tell me to work harder at becoming even a better ruler. You see that? So if you have wisdom, this process here is sort of a teaching point. It's not a casual thing at all. That's why I asked you in return, if you were to name yourself, or would you call yourself? And for Indra, who is a Mahasattva, he would have said, my name would be, that's my name. Got that, huh? San Diego engineer? Yes, you too.
Hello, thank you. We have a comment here from Diego. Amitabha Master, they have no attachments to name and form. I think they don't care about that name. The name they have is for us to have inspiration on our path.
What I'm trying to teach you today is that what you're doing, what we've been doing all these years, is to help you open your wisdom. Whether I proclaim that you have wisdom or not, it's not that important. My point here today for you is that you should look at yourself. If you really have wisdom, you don't want to draw attention to yourself. You don't want people to recognize you. The Buddha has to do it for you. The teachers have to do it for you. You don't demand attention. You don't demand respect. You don't demand to be recognized. That's what wise people do. It's a very important point. That many of you here today are still demanding attention and recognition from others. If you are among that group, then you have no wisdom yet. I would rename you as Xian, embarrassing. Because you're embarrassing me. JMT. I claim that you're enlightened, but you're still embarrassing me. JMT.
창피하게 만듭니다.
마스터 질문 있습니다. 마스터께서 저희들에게 법명을 주셨어요. 그러면 저희는 마스터께서 전 스님들은 잘 모르겠고 제가자들 법명을 주셨는데 이거를 저희가 어떻게 해석하고 어떻게 저희 수행에 이용해야 되는지 질문 드립니다.
Master, I don't know about Sanghas, but for the lay people, Master, you gave us the Dharma name. Please let us know how we understand this Dharma name. How can we use this Dharma name? Thank you.
I told you already, your Dharma name is picked out from the air. When we need a name, okay, I go into samadhi and I pick something from the air. I open my ear and say, oh, this is your name. It's that meaningful. You're not the person who keeps on asking me this kind of question. What does my name mean? It means air. That's what it means. Because where it came from. Anyone else? Okay. Do we have enough? So, finally, third question. Who would like to change his or her name to embarrassing? No one? Going one, going twice. Because we have many locations, that's why I'm going very slow. Yes, Wei Mao. Okay? Yeah. So, and very softly, if what we're doing is to open our wisdom, we do things, we go through this outside, seemingly so casual process of practice, of cultivation, as the Asians like to call it. I don't like to call it cultivate. It sounds like farming. But this process here, okay, whatever you want to call it, okay, is the purpose is to open your wisdom. When you have achieved enough, I would like to recognize you and tell you, okay, you are 1A, first stage Arhat. You're second stage Arhat. You 1G, first ground Bodhisattva level. Okay? Is to remind you, do not embarrass me. Okay? In particular, if you are among the so-called Mahayana enlightened club, okay? If you really have wisdom, then you don't want anyone to pay attention to you, to recognize you at all. You like air. You walk by, no one notices you. That's my teachers. No one at my level is able to do that. He's able to do that. He walks by, you don't notice him. That's wisdom. But you walk around demanding people to recognize you as important, you're an idiot. You have no wisdom whatsoever. You're an embarrassment. Okay, I'm calm. 674. I reflect upon the Buddhas of the three periods of time, how all the states are level and equal.
我念三世一切佛，所有境界悉平等。
Okay, so 675. this Indra guy here, he himself, even though he's a Mahasattva, he's not able to do this. He's not able to say, I reflect upon the Buddhas of the 3 periods of time. He's totally incapable of doing this unless the Buddhas assisted him. And that's another aspect of my lesson today. At the beginning of the lecture, okay? Be more humble. What you have is because you receive a lot of help. Don't think you're that special, because I don't ever feel I'm special. I'm treated like a piece of crap by my teacher all the time. You know, he never praised me. For 25 years, I've done nothing right. He never said anything that I did was right. That's how tough my teacher is. Huh? You have to praise you. Oh, Master praises me. He likes me. My teacher hates me. He doesn't think much of me. Because I have no wisdom. It's not up to par yet to be worthy of praise. Okay? This Indra guy here has wisdom. That's why he says, I reflect upon the Buddha's 3 periods of time. Because he says, owing to the Buddha's grace, and that's using his words now. See, oh, amazing grace. You know that song? How sweet the sound. Okay? He says, I look at the Buddha as 3 periods of time. He says, I look at the Buddha in the past, which he can't. He can only go back so far. Okay? He look at the Buddhas currently. He cannot look at them presently because there's so many Buddhas in the Dharma realm, the entire universe. He cannot possibly look at them all. And look at the Buddhas, guess what? In the future. That's what people with wisdom are able to do. To look at the past, the present, and the future. Time is a continuing for them. Continuum. Not impressed? See how small our world is. And you're so full of yourself that I'm special. I'm important. Okay? So he says here, these are the words of a sage, a Mahasattva. For you, the new non-Asian, Mahasattva is a big-time Bodhisattva. He's way up there. It's pretty close to the Buddha. It's still very far away, much higher than we are. Okay, where we are right now is like ants looking at the sun. Okay, that's the difference between us and the Mahasattvas. Maha is great, Sattva is a great Bodhisattva. Got that? In Buddhism, there's no bragging, there's no negotiation. Either you're an ant or you're Mahasattva, because the Buddha recognized you and called you Indra. It's for us that he named someone Indra, not for Indra. Okay? How all the states are level and equal. So what he's saying is that with the countless Buddhas throughout the universe, the countless Buddhas, here in our world, we all revere and worship what? What Buddhas we revere and worship? Shakyamuni Buddha, okay, we all know about him. Who else do we know about? Maitreya, he's a Buddha, incoming Buddha, yeah? Who else do we know? Behind me. Amitabha Buddha, okay? So he says, all the Buddhas, we're talking about a few Buddhas in the present time, okay, that we know of, and the 3 periods of time we know of. he looked at all the Buddhas, okay? And he sees that all the states are level and equal. Isn't it fascinating how powerful the network is? Every single Buddha land, folks, let's put things in perspective. Every single Buddha land was created by a Buddha, not by a demon. I want you Buddhists to remember this. Our world is created by a Buddha called Shakyamuni Buddha. It's not created by a demon at all. Demon was created by the Buddha. So choose your allegiance carefully. Don't be impressed by small things. You have to put things in perspective. This is what this Avatamsaka Sutra does for us. It helps us put in perspective. You have to look at the big picture. Don't get lost in the details. Okay? And this is what you're supposed to be able to do with your wisdom. We all are able to do this in time. Because you are stopping yourself. You say, no, this is too much, too far from me. I'm not interested in that. You basically are denying who you really are. Okay? Refusing your own inheritance. Buddha wants to give it to you, but you say, no, thanks. I don't believe this. I don't want to take it. This is what the non-Asians do. The Asians are smart and say, oh, Buddha, give it to me, I take it. Non-Asians, no, I don't believe you. Okay? So look at, he says that all Buddhas are level and equal. So this Buddha here, our Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, I don't know why I have a problem pronouncing his name. Probably some offenses I created recently. Yeah. Excuse me. Amitabha, I have no problem. But Shakyamuni, I have problems for the last month or so. Probably June's fault. Okay? So, he says that each world here is created by a Buddha. Each galaxy is created by a Buddha. You can't even see that. That's how small you are. And this universe is composed of infinite number of galaxies. The scientists are barely guessing. They say, oh, I think the universe is infinite. It's just a guess, okay? The Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas say, yeah, it's infinite. It's endless. Okay? And all these Buddhas, the infinite number of Buddhas, okay? That's how powerful our network is, folks. And do we brag about it? I have to brag about it because I'm small. But do they brag about it? Huh? The Buddha, they brag about it, say, my friend, Buddha XYZ, we have coffee every week. Huh? They don't brag about it. They quietly go about it. They don't want to be noticed. That's wisdom. Who cares if you notice them or not? Okay? Who cares if they know that you're rich or not? You still have money in your bank. Yeah? Okay. All Buddhas are level and equal. They're all the same. Okay? They're all equally powerful. They're all equally compassionate. They're all equally kind. All the same. Okay? 676. The decay and formation of their lands, the Buddhas awesome spirit makes visible to all.
如其国度坏与成，以佛威神皆得见。
Okay. Each galaxy or each Buddha land in Buddhist jargon, a galaxy is a Buddha land because a galaxy is the domain was created by a Buddha to help us, to provide shelter for us, to provide a place for us to come to, okay, and to be born to, and so forth, and to cultivate. So each Buddha land goes through the various phases of formation, dwelling, change, and emptiness. Meaning formation is created. Each Buddha land originally, each galaxy originally was created by a Mahasattva becoming a Buddha. When a Mahasattva becomes a Buddha, then that Buddha land there, okay, is completed. It started already. By the time he became a Buddha, as a Mahasattva, the Buddha land has started already, started to form already. But when he became a Buddha, it's complete. All right? So that's a formation phase. Okay? Dwelling is that it evolves. Okay? It stays through time. And there's a time period where it stays. And then there is change. Okay? That is when it starts to decay. What happened is born, it stays because now it has residents coming in and they colonize it and so forth. Okay, and they started ruining, as Xian Tong Sunim says. They started messing with Mother Nature, and they mess up the environment, and then that's why there is change. It starts to decay, and then eventually it will be destroyed because of our heavy karmas. Is that clear? So each galaxy, each Buddha land goes through 4 phases, okay, of formation or birth or dwelling, okay, of change and emptiness. Quick question, since today is a Pure Land Day. How about Amitabha Buddha land? Does it have 4 phases or not? Because you hear in a Pure Land teaching that you're born into Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, in one lifetime you will become a Buddha. You don't have to be born again at all. One lifetime. You live as long as you need to until you become a Buddha. That's Amitabha Buddha's land. So does it have 4 phases or not? Chakyon. I think she's interested in going to the Pure Land. That's why I asked her. Do I pronounce her name right? Or she pretends to be deaf? Because many of you, I know, many of you have been brainwashed already. Many of you wish to go to the Pure Land, so I need to prepare you so that when Amitabha Buddha gives you a quiz, you won't fail miserably. Question again. Is Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land subject to the 4 phases of formation, dwelling, change, and emptiness or death, or not? What do you think? Yes or no? I need a simple answer. Yay or nay? Nay means yes. It's because of the Korean visitors. We switched it back a little bit. In Korean, nay is actually yes. Nay, you talk to them, nay? 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 This is their yes. Yeah? Yes or no? No one knows? Yes, 8. Answer.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good. Very polite. Did you want to say something? Yes or no? Huh? Yes. Absolutely. All Buddha lands have to go through 4 phases. The difference is that Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, okay, the formation cycle is longer, the dwelling cycle and the change cycle, the emptiness cycle is just much longer than ours. Okay? But they all have to go through these 4 phases. Okay? Okay. Going back to slide 67, he says, I look at all chakra, Indra. He says, I look at all the Buddhas at the 3 periods of time, past, present, and future, their Buddha lands. I see their decays and formation of the lands right here. That's the answer. Amitabha Buddhas is also included. Is that clear? So you see that they all are born and then eventually die. Okay? And he says, the Buddha's awesome spirit makes visible to all. What does it mean? What does it mean? Today I'm very tired because I asked a lot of questions, but I have to give myself the answers myself. Usually, we go round, you guys discuss and argue and, and so forth. And I sit here and, But today, I have to ask questions and give answers myself because all of you are so full from lunch. Okay, from now on, for Sundays, we don't eat lunch anymore until after lecture. Yeah? What does it mean? His awesome spirit makes visible to all. You can look at it. You can look it up on the internet. You can read it here from the slides. Okay? What does it mean? What does it mean? I can't go yet. You guys don't understand anything, don't know anything. I'm worried about you now. If I leave, who are you going to ask? I have to ask for you, and who's going to give you answers? Yes, a brave soul, number 6.
Amitabha Master. I'm just reading the slide.
Read
say
it.
all living beings, like make visible to all how those Buddha lands go through stages of decay and information, and all living beings can see Buddhas and understand the states by means of Buddha's great awesome spirit.
Meaning what?
I don't know.
You read it. I need a translation. What does it mean? He's saying that. Here, let me translate for you. See, she's Chinese. Even the Chinese don't get it. What are we supposed to do? Huh? How much hope is there in the world? We have Chinese, have Koreans who are experts in Buddhism. How long you been a nun now? 40 years, 50 years? No answer to that. And so he's saying that the fact that the world, like even our world, goes through formation, dwelling, change, and death or emptiness, is because the Buddha manifests it for us to see. Isn't that incredible? Case in point, because you are, say it again? No. Let me give you an example. Can I borrow a $100 bill from someone? You are also well trained. No one moves. You immediately enter samadhi. As soon as Master says, can I borrow some money from you? Okay. My point here, suppose, because I give up on you. You got today, I have to do all the work. I'm so tired. See, the old monk is tired too. Look at him. He's sleeping. Okay. Suppose this is a $100 bill, okay? And you burn $100 bills. Can I borrow some lighter? Now they have the money. Can I borrow some lighter and burn it? If you burn the $100 bill, what do you think are the chances that you can get a $100 bill again? 0, right? You burn it, it's gone. It's gone, baby. Is that what they say in Vegas? Yeah, never mind. And so, Reno, here is close to the Reno. Have you guys been to Reno? What is the matter with you? The Koreans, they need to know Reno. I'm shocked. Down there, we introduce them to Vegas. Up here, it's Reno. The point being that this is, I know I'm being casual about this, but imagine if you were to burn some money. What are the chances you think that we believe we get it back? Buddha, when he burns Buddha land, he says, I make money, okay, that's birth or formation. I keep money in my bank account, that's dwelling, yeah? I hide it from my wife. Mrs. Buddha is a big spender, as you can imagine. Okay? And then decay is that my son, Jesus, because Indra we're talking about, my son keeps on stealing money from me to buy cars. Okay? And then emptiness is that the money is gone. Okay? So sad. And so, imagine the Buddha, his Buddha land, he manifests as formation, dwelling, change and decay. So this Buddha land, his galaxy being formed and goes through the 4 phases and then poof, it disappears. All of that is manifested by the Buddha's spiritual powers. What does it mean? It means that all that sequence of 4 phases of formation through emptiness is manifested by the Buddha for our sake. Actually, it doesn't happen. Now you know the truth here, from here, DTT. You first heard it here. Okay? All that is just a movie. It's not real. It's real to you only, real to us only, not real to Buddhas. Any problems? You got to my nerve, that's why I threw this thing at you. Because I want you to say, I don't believe you. Exactly what happens to non-Buddhists. Is that, no, that's too much. He's doing all this in order to teach us. That's what he has to go through to teach Mahasattvas. Not us, Mahasattvas. Isn't that cool? It's so hard to teach those people. That's why the Buddha has to expend a lot of energy. For you to raise your child, you say, I can't take this, I'm going to run away from home. Well, you're smart. You train your child to run away from home. You don't run away from home. Okay? Anyway, this is a piece of advice, professional advice. You run away from the temple. I don't run away from a temple. See, I lost one. See? Rest my case. Can't take it. He said, this is too much for me. I know. I say in advance for you. I predict he'll come back because he feels guilty. Okay? So don't say that. See, the reason I say this because in the Buddhist circles, we are taught in the sutras that our world will come to an end because the demons will be rampant, they destroy everything, and then we go into a state of emptiness. Okay? All that is because we eventually lose the demons. No. Buddha only manifests it to teach us. Isn't it fascinating? You better hurry because at times I don't feel like continuing. I'd like to be at a point where, okay, you take over. Let me go take a bathroom break. Okay, next, 678. It's so cool. You guys are so full of yourself. I know everything. Yes, 7.
Master, is the lesson for the for the Mahasattva is nothing's constant, or is a different lesson? What the Buddha tries to teach?
When we get there, you find out. I don't know. There's no point making conjectures. Mahasattva. I'm glad for you. I don't care. I'm struggling here today with DTT. Okay, DTT. I'm really feel drained today for some reason. Okay, I never had like pulling teeth. It's so hard. The Buddha's body vast and great pervades the 10 directions. His wondrous, unrivalable form benefits all beings.
佛身广大遍十方，妙色无比利群生。
Yes, we have a YouTube question.
Thank you, Master. Diego has another question. And I see there was also a second person that just came in. Amitabha Master, if a Buddha wouldn't manifest these worlds, wouldn't we be able to dwell in emptiness?
The what? Sorry. They're having fun here, DTT. You guys work too hard.
If a Buddha wouldn't manifest the worlds that we have, would we not be able to dwell in emptiness?
I don't know. It's too profound of a question.
And we have another question from Tho Hu.
Yeah.
What is the Buddha's teaching through having us go through the 4 phases of the
Okay,
world?
I answer both questions at the same time. Okay? Buddhas, when they teach us, they have to go to use something called expedience. It's like when you teach a child. A child cannot understand a lot of things, so most of the things we tell our children are not true. That's how I remembered it. I found out everything my father told me is all false. I love you? No, you don't. See? And so what happens to Buddhas there, very much like the way we teach our children, we cannot tell them the truth. They don't get it. So that's why they use something called expedience. They use skill and means to patiently wait for us to get bits and pieces until we're able to understand more. That's how it works. So part of the process is that for Buddha, the Buddha lands will never decay, will never become empty, never. But because they had to manifest something solid, like earth, okay, so that we can walk on, we can step on, so that it's real to us. Okay? To us, it's real. We walk in it, you can feel it. The kids run around, you can see the floor bounce. No? Here, DTT, every time the kids run around, you can feel the floor moving as if a small earthquake. No? And so that's called expedience. So all these manifestations are actual expedience in a big picture. There's a lot more I can explain to you in a very simple, very few simple sentences. Okay, but the point is not about your being able to understand. Very much like you try to explain a kid algebra. There's no way you can get it. It's no point in trying. The point is that Buddhas, like the way we train our children, we patiently teach them bit by bit until one day they're able to understand algebra. That's the process. Okay, so they go through they expend a lot of energy to go through this process to help us mature and develop our wisdom. They're taking care of all of us. No one is not privileged. We all have the right. So all these manifestations are for our sakes, to help us mature and develop our wisdom eventually. It's a natural process, very much like that kid will eventually one day become an adult. Same exact thing. We will eventually, all of us, and I mean this is the Buddha's words, not me, okay, not mine, okay? All of you today, okay, will become Buddha, will become an adult. That's what the Buddha said. So all this process here, yeah, you too, not just Asians, believe it or not, okay? All this process here is for our benefit. And you ask a kid, do you believe me? He said, no, I don't believe you. I hate you. Right, Kai? Yeah, see, he agrees. I hate you, Master. I don't like you, Master. You bother me. All right? Does it help? Did I answer the two questions? Yes, Wei Mao.
Amitabha Master. I have a question regarding the Pure Land and the state. So, what happened when Pure Land changed boss? When Guan Yin takes over, Amitabha goes. Are we going through empty and then a formation state of Pure Land, or what's going on? Thank you.
What? If you are a ghost?
No, when Amitabha Buddha goes away and when Guan Yin Bodhisattva takes over the Pure Land, are we going through a change of Pure Land? So does that mean Amitabha Pure Land is becoming empty, and then that's the formation of the Guan Yin Pure Land, or what's going on with the Pure Land at that point in terms of the state?
Yeah, good question. I have a good answer. Why don't you go there to find out? Remember, when you go there, you live very long. Your life will be so long, much longer than what's the average lifespan here for women in the U.S.? 81, I believe. 81 years. Okay? So why don't you go there and you find out yourself what happens after Amitabha Buddha dies?
Master, that's not the question. My question is about the state, because you're talking about all the Buddha Pure Lands go through the 4 states of formation, dwelling, and empty.
Yeah.
So does that mean the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha is going through empty, and then the Guan Yin Pure Land is going through formation, or how does that work?
No, it's the same. It's the same. It's called Western Bliss Pure Land. After Amitabha Buddha retires, he doesn't die, by the way. Don't say Buddha died, okay? You don't go to hell, you say that. Okay? So after Amitabha Buddha retires, he says, I've had enough. Master Z, you get it? Okay? I had enough. Guan Yin Bodhisattva, take your turn. So Guan Yin Bodhisattva then becomes the Buddha of the Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay? So, yeah. So his world there, well, it's her world for you Asians. For me, Tibetan, is his. Okay? The world there, okay, is the same state that's faced when Amitabha Buddha retires. But then it continues the cycle, and then it goes to emptiness to be destroyed, and then it is reborn again. It's okay. Don't try too hard. Okay. Any other questions? I have 2 more minutes. How hot is there in Los Angeles? WMT. Look at all these people. You guys realize that we have AC here? All we have to do is open our windows. And cool air blows. Never mind. These people are so serious. Los Angeles. Okay, we stop here today. Thank you, everyone. We have some new visitors here. Talk to them. Don't make them feel. Let them feel like they're wasting their time coming in the middle of the nonsense that we're spewing to our followers. They look like Asians, so I can't make fun of Asians today. Thank you. So next we do a rebirth transference to help give away our merit and virtue, our good things we've been doing here all day, to the people who are deceased, hoping they make it have enough blessings to go to the Pure Land soon. Thank you.